The 1988 NFL Draft, with the number one pick overall, the Atlanta Falcons selected Andre Bruce, linebacker from Auburn, very famous pick, but they were looking for the next Lawrence Taylor. He had a pretty long career, but didn't live up to the expectations. As we start getting into the late mid 80s, we're now already at 88. TV coverage is picking up. Eventually, we're going to get to the ESPN age of the NFL, which I believe is in the maybe the early late about this time period, and really picked up in the 90s, of course, the coverage of the NFL, and the 2000s just took off from there. But Andre Bruce, it was a number one pick overall from Auburn. Kansas City Chiefs had Neil Smith, defensive end from Nebraska. Detroit Lions, Benny Blades, defensive back from Miami of Florida. Tampa Bay Buccaneers had Paul Gruber, tackle from Wisconsin. Obviously, they're now trying to protect Vinny Testaverde. Cincinnati Bengals took Ricky Dixon, defensive back, Oklahoma. Los Angeles Raiders took Tim Brown, wide receiver, Notre Dame. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. I know he had a, let's say, borderline Hall of Fame career. Pretty famous. I believe he's a super fast person. 7, Green Bay Packers took Sterling Sharp, wide receiver, South Carolina, one of the greatest wide receivers not in the Hall of Fame. Had his career shortened with an injury. Uh, New York Jets, Dave Cardigan, tackle, Southern California. 9, Los Angeles Raiders, Terry McDaniel, defensive back, Tennessee. New York Giants, Eric Moore, tackle, Indiana. 11, Dallas Cowboys, Michael Irvin, wide receiver from University of Miami, Florida. Hall of Fame career, playmaker, super famous NFL draft pick. Well-deserved career. Phoenix Cardinals, Ken Harvey, linebacker, California. Philadelphia Eagles, Keith Jackson, tight end for Oklahoma. Guy played forever. Los Angeles Rams, Gaston Green, running back, UCLA. San Diego Chargers, Anthony Miller, wide receiver, Tennessee. Miami Dolphins, Eric Kumaro, defensive end of Ohio State. 17, New England Patriots, John Stevens, running back from Northeastern State, Louisiana. Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Jones, defensive end, Eastern Kentucky. Minnesota Vikings, Randall McDaniel, guard, Arizona State. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. Los Angeles Rams, Aaron Cox, wide receiver, Arizona State. Cleveland Browns, Clifford Carlton, linebacker, Florida. Houston Oilers, Lorenzo White, running back, Michigan State. I believe he had a pretty well-known college career. I don't think he really panned out overall in the NFL, according to most statistics and evaluations. But he was drafted the first round. Chicago Bears, Brad Muster, running back, Stanford. Wow, 3 running back. We're about to see the third one. New Orleans Saints, Craig Hayward, running back, Pittsburgh. So we're still drafting running backs in the first round, but lower in the first round. Los Angeles Raiders, Scott Davis, defensive end, Syracuse. Denver Broncos, Ted Gregory, nose tackle, Syracuse. Chicago Bears, Wendell Davis, wide receiver, Louisiana State. Atlanta Falcons, Marcus Cotton, linebacker, Southern California. Detroit Lions, Chris Spielman, linebacker, Ohio State. Definitely had an amazing career. I believe he might be in the Hall of Fame. If not, he for sure should be. Philadelphia Eagles, Eric Allen, running defensive back, Arizona State. Cincinnati Bengals, Ickey Woods, running back, Nevada, Las Vegas, had a pretty famous career. The team eventually made it to the Super Bowl. And the 32nd pick overall, first round, Detroit Lions took Pat Carter, tight end, Florida State. So we see a lot of the teams just, drafting. I guess I'm going to be saying this every single draft, how difficult it is to truly find exceptional and or Hall of Fame players. Getting the Hall of Fame is, of course, supposed to be difficult. So you shouldn't expect everybody in the first round to make it to the Hall of Fame. But maybe we should eventually talk about what are we actually expecting out of our first round draft picks. We're expecting 5-year careers, 7-year, 10-year careers. What are we expecting out of these specifically the first round? Because everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about the draft choices and the draft, which is kind of part of this video. But the point of this video is to show that it's extremely difficult to find them in any position. And this draft had at least um, Tim Brown and Michael Irvin, maybe one other, Randall McDaniel, I believe. So maybe three. So it's not so bad. Better than previous drafts. Have a great day.